Thank you, Jenny, for inviting me to be here. And I have to tell myself because I forget to put in my watch. Okay? Okay. So, I think that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad to be here to share our thinking and what we are doing right now in multimodal in education. So, to say the title is just multimodal in education, but I want to focus that where are we now and where will we go. So, thank you so much. Okay. You know that I just finished reading a book, How AI Will Revolutionize Education and One's Cuisine, written by Simon Kaplan, who is the founder of the Learning Community Academy. You know that. So I just want to start my slides with a story in his book. You can see that in Unit 3, paying my daughter to write with ChatGPT, and it's a very new experience. It's not just a daughter, the story. He just gave his initial idea, and during the interaction with the ChatGPT, her daughter Diana and ChatGPT co-authored the story, and during the process, ChatGPT gradually understand her daughter's idea and try to finish the wording and some phrases and to make story complete. So it's quite a new way to write. You know that before writing very high level for the young students, but right now with the ChatGPT help, you can quickly to make a very, very easy idea to try to interact with the ChatGPT and to make you have a good and complete story product. So right now, just writing in that one way expressing, it seems like an interaction between the person and the large language model. So for story, we just say, during the process, what goal proposed to the ChatGPT is very simple, just a question. Okay, so you know that I think that both of you have used the ChatGPT or other large language model to help you to do some writing, answer question, whatever you want. Even you can cook something, you can help. You can ask the model's help. And so you will see that the kernel is things like just a proper question, and the large language model with thinking and the answer. So it depends on a trigger. The person of the trigger, what you propose to the large language model, what the response will respond to. It's dependent on the person. So I think that crafting your proposal, crafting your question, seems a big important. So for me, right now, I ask my postdoctoral students, I just cooperate with their dissertation like that. I will ask them whether you think by yourself or inspired by ChatGPT or other large language model. So here they will say, if you can make a question specific and you could interact with the large language model several rounds, and gradually you will get some inspiration or some good answer to help you to finish your task. And that's not enough, because you just give the question. It seems too simple, but it really is not actual. But beyond that, we can make the large language model to do more things for you. So I will give you another example. Last morning, the keynote speaker just talked about the chain of thought. I just give an example. It's a simple example from the English school mathematics. Unlike that, you know that the model doesn't perform always right. Sometimes he can make a very silly mistake, even the calculation. So how to train it? how to make it perform well to meet your demands. So you can see here, let's set a gesture with the blue one, and we just use which way we teach the model to say we just let our thinking process to transfer into a language and import into a language model, and finally the language model can give the true answer. So it seems like a little step forward, but you can say, oh, I can train the model to do better thing. It's not just ask answer or ask some other for me. It's from the question proposing to train the model. But here, the training model is just give some your thinking into text to tell the model, and that's the second interaction way you can use to help you to do your tasks. And that's not enough. We can do more things with large language model. And so I give you another example. Here is a real case from the middle school. You know that in China, we have conducted many projects with learning. I don't think so the team, must have knowing who told it. And here you can see that we ask a teacher to design some complex project. In this project, the student had to build their task through several months. The student had to propose a question from task, they had to compose a group to finish it, and during the process, the teachers can get the data, can monitor, and keep some composing. Finally, the student had to complete the task. It's really a complex task from a real scenario. And here, I just give example exploring the mysteries of pineapple peeling. Pineapple peeling is not an easy thing for us, not just a banana or an apple peeling. And here, it involves the physics, the biology, and mathematics. So after the teacher doesn't have such knowledge to do such interdisciplinary task design, so they depend on the language model to design it. And here I just need some key phrases for the teacher during the design, interpretation, and evaluation. He can depend on the language model to do some design and propose a question. And the student can interact with the language model, and they can do some problem solving, project design, interpretation, and finally, they can reflect what we have done and can we evaluate by ourselves like that. So during the whole process, the teachers and students interact with the language model, and they try to use their interdisciplinary knowledge to solve complex tasks. And here, I just give you some snapshots to show that. For example, we just did say, I'm going to design a project-based learning called blah blah, and the ChatGPT gives such answers. And we also tell the teacher you have to be more specific about your role, your goal, and what you expect to produce. So they change their prompt, and the answer is quite different. And also, doing such activity, and we can see that the students, when they fulfill such tasks, they try to use the ChatGPT to help them to outline the task. You can see that we are going to ask questions from the phenomenon or pea or pineapple, and do you have any suggestion? Yeah, they want to give some inspiration from ChatGPT when they fulfill the tasks like that. And also, you can see they just do the role playing. For teacher and students, they can interact more effectively to finish that. So this is very common in China's middle school. But here we just want to say, we just want the student to master the knowledge to get the high score. We try to train them to get more hammer literacy, especially the interdisciplinary knowledge to handle the complex tasks in real scenario. And that's just practical settings, how we can use a large language model in education. And actually, from the academic research, what can we do with such a powerful support from language model? So here I just list where are we now. You know that research is always the pilot study. Sometimes we have to go far further before the practical application. So we're thinking what we will help you do with such a language model, and we do an investigation from the database, from the international journals, and after the initial analysis, we found that there are several categories where the articles are helping to. And you can see that some of the articles focus on the advantages and change of study model and the future research direction. And the other category focuses on the large scale questionnaire to investigate teacher and student perceptions and their attitude towards language model tool. And while some study has begun, we want to analyze the tools to analyze the interaction with the language model to see how can the tool influence the learning process and the learning performance. Also, you can see that there are some studies which help to compare the students with the large language model or without the large language model when they fulfill the same task. What's the difference between them? Is there any interesting findings like that? And finally, there are some scholars from the computer science which showcase the capabilities of language model, like GPT or other, to cater for the educational needs. So right now, from the database, we just find the articles. Most of them are focused on the one or two the categories. So right now, our team have done several researches. The first is that we designed a collaborative writing platform based on the language model. And here you can see it's for the EFL, English as Foreign Language. In our university classroom, we encourage students to co-write with the written essay. And here you can see there are several parts, and which it actually is on the left side. We give a text, we can interact with the chatbot, and we have the article on some literature journal. And we see what we do behind that. We try to integrate some technologies such as the retrieval model, large language model, and augmented generation technologies. We try to embed such technologies behind the scaffolding. And here is our flow. You can see that we will import from pre-trained learning base and design some strategies when the students interact with each other. And in such case, we can guarantee the output of the language model is not nonsense. We try to give the accurate or meaningful answer to the students when they ask for help from the language model. So with such a flow design, we finally conduct the experiment in our university. And right now, so far, we have fulfilled 2-round experiments. Based on the data from the first round of experiment, you can see that we recruit 78 students, and we try to divide them into different groups, and we want to see what's the learning process and learning outcome, and that's the first round. And so far, we have finished the second round. We recruit more students from diverse majors. You know that when we talk about LLM in education, we always think that whether they are familiar with Greek, that matters in their interaction with the ChatGPT like that. So we have to consider such features. So we recruit students from different majors to say in the MA different when they use such advanced AI tool. That's our first study. And the second one, we just focus on the science application. You know that in such case, we just use the several parts when we use the mathematical model. And the first one, we try to use the agents to enhance the scientific learning, and we design a non-companion for application, and we try to help the teachers to do some teaching and evaluation. And here, I just give you some example. And here is that we compare the expert scoring and the lateral model scoring, and we found that if the accuracy reached about almost 90%, I think it's a kind of satisfactory, because we trained a lot how to score the students' scientific the experimental process. And the second, and also we on our hand we only want to improve or to help the teachers to design the questions. Yeah, because it's very burden. It's a big burden for teachers to give the questions. So we ask the lateral model to generate the diagram and data sets and to make the quiz for students so they can train several terms. And here it's a question generation sample. I'm sorry for Chinese fault, but you can see that I will use the model to do such, and at the same time, we try to do such using the ChatGPT to automatic assessment of the different process. And here we use ChatGPT and we try to analyze the performing process to guarantee. Because in China, research is necessary to ask the student to finish the experiment to get the certificate. So, but we don't have so many devices or like that, or we don't have teachers to monitor them, so we can do by themselves. So we do such a kind of work. Right now it's a pilot study, and we are still working on it. That's all about the science application. And the third case comes from the programming. You know that here I know the programming teacher from here. And you know that we already set up a platform which integrates the lateral model inside. You can see here the teacher can do the task on the website. During middle, they can interact with, they can use the Python to do the programming. On the left side, you can see the student can interact with the model to ask for help if they can't program successfully with that. And here, you can see that it's very interesting that we just give some more help to give the students. They can do the self-programming and self-assessment. And finally, we can do some analysis about students' learning process. And you can see that we just give some explanation or output or in a message. And we also do code efficiency assessment, such as a number of rounds, how many rounds that the students perform before they finally perform the task finally. And have some follow-up question. And I just sorry, almost time out. Okay, here you can see that finally we have some few questions to really think about. The first one is that AIG labor operator is the inertia, because we found that compare students who perform better and badly, we found some very distinctive difference between them. So you can see here, some students perform, they want to quickly finish the task, free mode, but someone may be slow mode, you know that. It doesn't mean the student perform well or badly, but some will quickly finish the task. But someone will interact with the ChatGPT and gradually to grasp the skills to do Python programming. And the second is that is edge semester right, and students won't be able to think. That's the same problem. We are very concerned about that. because some students will depends on the large model to get a directed answer, directly no thinking, and we try to do some research. And the third one is will AIGC widening the gap between the learners. Because after we have conducted about more than 3,000 students experiment in the middle school, we found that some can perform students, they have say they interact with the model frequently, and you get the better answer. But some low performing students, they seldom interact with the ChatGPT or other model, and they perform badly compared to the other students. So we are concerned about this one. And the last part is some questions for us to think about future directions or discussion. And right now we know that the larger model can build factual, procedure, collaborative, tool knowledge. So where we will go, and some computer sciences where will be intelligent emergence. So will that influence our learning style, the personal learning, or learning resource may be quite different with the digital human or other etc. like that. So this is quite new area for us. And then here, right now, we just try to make some design, human AI teaching and human learning, and I need some specific tutor or assistant like that. We try to combine our research and our teaching in our university. During my course, I try to use like a model in my classroom, and we constantly do it, and we do some research like that. So, and there are several questions I just share with you. The first one that it's a renewal of teachers' philosophy. So you have to redesign the learning course, and you have to think about how to adapt to the new changing of technologies. And the second one is that avoid overlaps on another model and how to balance the AI part two and person-centered. You have to depend on you, and we have to improve the critical thinking of students, of course, including us. The third one is that we encourage cross-disciplinary collaboration. We hope more women and arts and a lawyer and more people to join us how to make the education, so the transformation be better towards the right direction. And the next thing is that we have to consider the diverse application in the elementary school, in the high school, or in the universities. We can design different AI agent or other software or platform to support the teachers, support the students, no matter in your working, in your study, in your research. And the last thing is that no matter what is going on, we believe that we have to think the human in the center. We have to make the best advantage of the AI to improve our efficiency and effectiveness of our tasks. And we hope everyone can join together. And also, last but not least, the high level of ethical concern, the fairness, inclusiveness, and the digital data privacy and that. There are many things we have to consider when we're doing our research and we're doing our teaching and of course including our learning. And the last slide, it goes like that. It's like a cartoon. You can see that we just the AI won't replace humans, but those who can use AI will partly replace who are those who can't. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you all for your attention. There's a gap. I think that education and AI is on that. We have to fill in.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Yan from Regional University, for this excellent presentation. We can take one or two questions. So self-reported like this. Thank you for your insightful presentation. Actually, I have a question regarding the first case study. You mentioned that the experimentation included a sample of students from like 73 students, right? So can you please tell us more about the student profiles? I mean, do they have like different knowledge levels, like writing skills? Do they have like special needs? Something about that. So can you please tell us more about that, especially the variability of these numbers? And also in the post survey, you noted that the efficacy was good. Can you please explain how did you measure the efficacy, the writing efficacy, and how the LLM models have like influenced this efficacy?
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Chrissy. For the first question is that students is quite important. You know that now, because for me in the university, better university have students from different majors, and you have quite different perceptions of the familiarity with the Latin model. And sometimes I know it's similar in the engineering or computer science that the students mainly depend on the large model to do some programming, and they love it, because it can save a lot of time and effort when they do the programming, including my PhD students. He said for me, he just spent 2 hours to study a new language, R. You know that. He just because he has a very strong computer basics, but she didn't use R language before, but just with GPT's help, he quickly studied and learned the R language in just within 2 hours. But for the most of the students, they just stay on the superficial level. Yeah, I mean that we just can use please, I have to answer question. Remember, we do try to write an essay, or we just to do some tasks, to do some 3D review. We can use a Latin model to do something. So their ability are quite in different levels. So now we are very, very focused on the with improvement. So we try to train incoming teachers in BNU, Beijing University. We also did several rounds training center. We try to train the university teachers to know how can you use the AIGC, or whether it is possible to incorporate AIGC into your lesson design, and when you help you to do some research. So I think that it's not just students' ability, the teacher ability is quite different. So that's for the first question. And the second question, I want to get a point. So you want to know the accessibility. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's just wondering that that in China is a big country, and in most of the developed countries, the students can access to the AIGC very easily. But for the some products, for me, I lead a project. It's a lesson project. We try to use it in the Qinghai. It's in the eastern, the western, northwestern areas. The students cannot access to the AIGC. So we try to do some training Yeah, you know that we have signed a contract like that to set up for a whole product training. You know that if you just give there, okay, you can use one, use server or use some internet, you ask to HC. It doesn't mean anything. It's nothing for me. You know that they don't know how to use it. So when the first stage, right now we are doing is try to train. We try to tell them what you can do with the AITC and what is AITC, what's AI, and we try to transfer their ideas, their beliefs in them. We will give some skills and training, and we try to after step by step efforts to help them to get the same chance to access to the newest technologies usage of that. Oh, thank you.
Spanish